Hey guys, welcome to this video. This is the first part to our road trip series. We left this morning from Orlando and drove 8.5 hours to Wilmington, North Carolina. So that is where we're at right now. That's our first stop of our road trip. We are on a road trip for 2 weeks. So we figured we'd take you along and show you the spots that we stop at. It is currently already like 6 in the evening, so we only have a little bit of time.
Yeah, we got here around like 5?
Yeah, we got here around 5, just unpacked all of our stuff in our Airbnb, got ready. It's already in the evening, like I said, so we don't have a lot of time tonight. So basically what we're doing in Wilmington is tonight and then tomorrow morning, and then we start our next drive to our next spot. He has been a trooper in the car, but he is so sleepy because he doesn't sleep well in the car. Yeah. So he's super tired, but I'll show you our little Airbnb tour.
Yes.
So as soon as you walk into our little unit, it is a living room. So it has little couches and then a big couch with a fireplace and a TV, a built-in shelf, and then you come on this side of the door and it has this shelf with a microwave, and then this is like the little kitchen. So it comes with everything. It's very tiny, but it still has everything. So a refrigerator, a stove, some cabinetry, more stuff, and then this is our cooler that we brought. And then when you come out and you come around, there's a doorway that goes into our bedroom and our bathroom. So this is a very historic Airbnb, and it has all the vintage floors. I love how it has a fireplace in both rooms, and then it has a whole outdoor patio, and then our bed, and then you come over here, it has a built-in shelf, and then our bathroom. And the cool part about the bathroom is that there's a clawfoot tub.
So as my wife mentioned, it's a balcony. Pretty decent sized balcony. Over here on this side, you got the couch, 2 chairs, and pretty cool hangout spot for a hammock, not gonna lie. At Casablanca, this is their iced vanilla latte. Taste test. Here you go.
You don't like it?
It's interesting.
Okay, let me try mine. I got a maple latte. I see what you mean. It's good. I like it, but it's interesting.
You gonna taste mine?
Yeah. You would like mine better.
Can I keep this?
Yeah. Hey guys, it is currently the next day. We are on our drive to our next destination. Our first destination was Wilmington, North Carolina, which is where I just showed you guys our Airbnb last night and everything. We drove 8.5 hours from Orlando to Wilmington yesterday, and then once we made it in Wilmington, it was around dinner time, so we got dinner at a restaurant on the water. We do have our dog with us on this trip, so everything that we're going to be doing is mainly dog friendly. We brought our crate with us just in case we want to leave him in the Airbnb, and then we'll definitely leave him in the cabin a little bit while we're in Tennessee. So we brought that, but for the most part, we want to try to do as much as we can with him so we don't have to leave him in an area that he's not used to. So we found a dog-friendly restaurant that was on the water, and we saw sailboats going by. It was very, very pretty. I loved Wilmington, but after dinner, we just walked around the little downtown area a little bit. Mostly everything was closed, so then we just walked back to our Airbnb because we stayed very, very close to the Riverwalk. Our Airbnb was a historic home, so it was actually very, very pretty. I will try to link down below all of the places we stay on this trip in case you are interested, and I will give you my honest rating. I think that it was good for its price, big for its price, and if you like historic homes and you want to walk in the area and be able to be walking distance from places, I liked it for that reason. But anyways, this morning we went and got coffee at Casablanca, which literally was so freaking cute. And then we stopped at Wrightsville Beach just to look at it. It was very rainy this morning, and now it's finally going away, but it also could be because we're driving more up north. But we stopped at Wrightsville Beach. It was very pretty. It was a big beach, and I thought it was very pretty. But apparently the show The Summer I Turned Pretty was filmed in Wilmington, and I can see why, because it was a very pretty town, lots of historic vibes, but then also beach vibes. But now we have another 8-hour drive today to Pennsylvania, which is our first official stop, which is the main reason that we're traveling for this, is because we're capturing a wedding as the photographer and videographer at a wedding. So that's in Pennsylvania, near Philly area. So we are driving there now, but we decided to stop in Washington, D.C. for a little bit, probably not too long, on the way, because it's literally, we're already passing right through it. So we figured it would be fun to just get out of the car, stretch our legs, maybe take a loop around the Washington Monument, since that's where most of the parking is in DC. And then we'll see what happens. We might get food. We might just continue back on the road from there. And then we're another 2.5 hour drive to our next Airbnb. So that's basically what we have planned today. So it is the next day. We actually made it to our next Airbnb in Pennsylvania, but we made it super late last night, so I figured I would wait to vlog until today. Yesterday when we were driving, we were supposed to drive right through DC and be able to see the Washington Monument and all of that from our drive. But once we made it to DC, literally there was such bad traffic. We were probably stuck in it for at least an hour, just barely moving, and it rerouted us without me changing it. I put the route that we were supposed to be taking to take us right through DC, but it rerouted us and took us somewhere else. So we ended up passing by it, but we couldn't see anything because there's lots of trees and stuff in that area. So we ended up not really doing anything in the car other than stopping at Chick-fil-A at one point, and then we watched Napoleon Dynamite. Obviously my husband was driving, so he kind of was just listening to it, but it's still really fun being able to watch a movie to kill time. So that was what we did yesterday, and then we made it into Pennsylvania last night, which is where our first official stop is. We are here for a wedding. We're capturing the wedding tomorrow, so we actually are here for 3 nights, last night being the first night, tonight being the second night, tomorrow night being the third night, and then we check out, and then we drive to Tennessee from there. Other than that, we don't really have much planned while we're here other than the wedding, but we are 30-40 minutes outside of Philly. I don't know if we'll go into Philly. We were just in Philly less than a year ago, and we have our dog, and I know that Philly is not a very dog-friendly city. But before we head out for the day, we actually still don't know what we're going to do. We're probably going to go get some food and coffee because we are very hungry. I'll do a little Airbnb tour. Thankfully, this Airbnb feels very homey, and it wasn't too bad of a price. Like I said, we're 30-40 minutes outside of Philly, so we're not right in Philly, but it still feels kind of like the outskirts. Outside of this Airbnb, it still feels like we're in a town. So keep in mind that we did stay the night in here last night, so we are pretty acclimated. You might see a lot of our stuff around, and this is the most we've ever packed on a trip ever, because we had to bring food and then our dog stuff, and then since we're out for 2 weeks, we packed multiple suitcases because we don't have any big ones. But as soon as you walk in, this is the door, and literally right when you walk in, you just see the living room and the kitchen. It is very spacious. I love how we have a full kitchen. And then this is the living room right now. They're just sitting on the couch, and it has a TV, and then this couch. You go over here, like I said, sorry, we're pretty acclimated in here, so all of our stuff's sitting out, but this is the bathroom, the shower, And then when you come this way, this is our bedroom. So all of our stuff is on this bench. This bed actually doesn't come with this black blanket. We brought this blanket because we have our dog with us, like I said. It's a king bed. It's actually very comfortable. And then back here is like a little office slash game room. So we put all of our camera stuff. Right now it's open because all of our stuff is charging. So if you see everything plugged in, we're charging everything for the wedding tomorrow. We set up his dog crate for when he sleeps here while we're at the wedding tomorrow, and then we brought the little dog camera. But yeah, that's a closet as well behind those, and it's also nice for a floor length mirror. I love when Airbnbs have floor length mirrors. Came back to the Airbnb. We decided to just come back a little bit early. Anytime that we have weddings like the next day, I like to just make sure everything's ready. I have to make sure I have SD cards ready and just prepare myself, honestly, get all of the information on my phone, like with the address, the shot list, all of those things, and just prepare myself. So came back to the Airbnb a little bit early to do all of that, to get ready for the night. We'll probably watch a movie. Apparently the Magic game from Orlando Magic basketball is tonight, so my husband wants to watch that. And I honestly might just edit because there was a photo shoot that I needed to edit yesterday in the car and I completely forgot on the car ride. So might just do that, which technically I can edit it when we drive from Pennsylvania to Tennessee, not tomorrow but the next day. But at that point I'm probably going to be editing sneak peeks for the wedding I'm shooting tomorrow, because I like to send sneak peeks within a couple days, so I'll probably edit those instead. That's pretty much all we had planned, but it was very fun what we did today. I feel like it's so cool being able to travel for work and stuff, because then there are places we probably never would have gotten to see if we didn't come here for a wedding. We've been to Philly before. We were debating, should we go to Philly or should we go to somewhere new? And we decided to stay in this area where we're at instead of going 40 minutes to Philly and then 40 minutes back here. And we got to go to a really cool historical park that is part of the National Park Service, and I love national parks, so it was really cool because it was literally where George Washington trained for the army, and they had so many little George Washington things and old cabins and the arch that they made in tribute for him, and there was a statue of him on a horse. And it was just so pretty. It was the perfect lighting too. Like the sun is slowly going down. It's the evening time. It felt perfect outside. There were so many people going on walks. I went into a Free People Movement store earlier that was next to the coffee shop I went to, and the two girls that were working were talking to each other, and one of them said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad it's nice out today. Finally, it's taken a while." For us, we've already had 89 degree weather in Florida, but I'm from Ohio before I moved to Florida, so like I feel for her, because I remember my birthday is literally a couple days from now, and I remember when I grew up in Ohio basically my whole life, I remember being like, is it going to be cold on my birthday this year or is it going to be nice? Because it was always like May, beginning of May especially, was that time of the year where it could be really cold or it could be pretty warm outside. And whenever it was like in the 70s on my birthday, it was like my favorite, or if it was just sunny in general, it was my favorite. And today has been in like the 60s and sunny, and it has felt really nice outside. So there's so many people going on walks, walking their dogs, riding bikes, and really taking advantage of this nice weather that they've been having. Like I said, I'm from Ohio before I moved to Florida, so I understand whenever you get a warm day, you want to go outside, especially after the winter time when you've been cooped up for so long. Anyways, this is how I'm going to end our video because I want to make Tennessee a whole separate video. We're going to be there for a whole entire week. It's going to be lots of different things. We're going to Dollywood. We're going to so many different hikes. We're having a family photo shoot in Cades Cove. We are going to explore Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. We're staying in a big cabin with all of my family. It's gonna be lots of fun, so I'm gonna have lots of footage for that. So I wanted to make that a whole separate vlog, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe down below, especially to see when we go to Tennessee, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!